Rise, Meg.
The Force will be with you.
Always.
Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? I'm Star Wars Meg, here to give you your daily dose of Mandalorian news, as well as give you updates from a galaxy far, far away in general. We have so much exciting news to get through today, guys, including looking at last night's exclusive look on ESPN. But before I get into it, please may I ask you to hit like down below, to subscribe if you're new, and also hit the notification bell to be alerted every time I upload new content. So without further ado, let's get into the video. We start by talking about last night's ESPN exclusive look, and just as I predicted, we weren't going to get anything too exciting or new. It appears to me that in the build up to yesterday's exclusive look, a lot of people had their hopes set really high, hoping to see Ahsoka Tano or Boba Fett or even both. But at this stage we know that's just not how Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni work. They would not put any huge spoilers in the trailers, and they're just making us wait until October 30th, which is only 10 days away. I am super hyped, as I'm sure you guys are as well. But despite the fact that we didn't get any new exciting characters, we did get exclusive new scenes, and we learnt a little bit more about what the season's going to be about in general. The trailer started with Din Djarin going up to Greef Karga and Cara Dune, who hadn't seen each other in a long time, and he explained to them his mission, and it appears to me from the rest of the trailer that they will be helping him on that mission. We then see footage of both Tatooine and Ilum, and then we get what I think is the biggest Easter egg of the entire trailer. We have Mando explaining what he needs to do in order to help him on his mission. He says, "If I can locate other Mandalorians, they can guide me." This is a big hint at Sabine Wren and Bo-Katan, and I got really excited when I heard this. Because not only does it hint that we could be getting these two Rebels characters, but it also suggests that we could get Ahsoka. At the end of the day, at the end of Rebels, Ahsoka and Sabine were out to find Ezra, so if he finds Sabine Wren, he will also probably find where Ahsoka Tano is and how she can play in to the child's arc and into the Mandalorian story. We did also get unique shots of the child himself, again looking really cute. And one thing that I think is worth noting about this trailer, and also the teasers and the first trailer as well for The Mandalorian Season 2, is it feels genuinely very different to Season 1. That's something I really love because they've gone with a completely different feel. We're exploring new worlds, new planets, and I'm super hyped. I think what was also really cool about this second trailer is we got a lot of the Razor Crest. Yes, she failed a couple of times in the trailer, and it seems like Mando has to fix her and repair her. Also, Cara Dune looked awesome in her new outfit. And to be honest, it was more than I expected we'd get for a second trailer. The other day I did state that I was expecting them to just recycle old clips, so the fact that we got some new and exclusive scenes makes me quite happy. So like I say guys, The Mandalorian Season 2 is 10 days away. Now something I addressed briefly in one of the news updates a couple of days ago was about something John Campea said on Twitter, which he later removed. But I also wanted to share the second part of that tweet. So when he was teasing about The Mandalorian Season 2, because he's already seen it and reviewed it, he did state some of the things that we would see. The first one is Cara Dune is about to become some people's favourite character, season is heavy with Moff Gideon, blink and you'll miss Ahsoka Tano, I was wrong, Sasha Banks is not Sabine, Greef Karga's history comes into play, and one thing above isn't true. The reason I'm bringing this up now is since I've seen the second trailer and read a lot of articles on the internet and kind of hypothesized about what could happen in Season 2, I believe the thing that he's saying isn't true in that list is about Sasha Banks not being Sabine. I do think from the trailer last night that she is quite likely to be Sabine Wren. I did initially think she'd be an Imperial Inquisitor, but now I'm kind of changing my mind a little bit. Now, going back to Ahsoka Tano, he says, blink and you'll miss Ahsoka Tano. I think this is something that is truthful that he's stating. I don't think Ahsoka will play a huge role in Season 2 at all. A lot of unconfirmed sources also said this. I think she'll appear in Episode 5, and I think it's going to be a very brief moment that we get her. In my mind, it's because they are trying to line up a spin-off series / spin-off movie of Ahsoka Tano, which has been in the works for a few months now. And while they're still creating the plot and in the writing stage of the spin-off Ahsoka series / movie, I do believe it would make no sense for them to include her significantly in The Mandalorian, because this would give them less leeway in terms of how she plays into the greater story when they do write a show or make a film that's just about her. So we move on now, and the next piece of news is again about Ahsoka Tano. Now, I've stopped reporting theories from Inverse because I found their theories to be a bit too over the top in the last few weeks, but I do want to share this one because it's not as absurd as the ones I've read. I think when they talk about Baby Yoda, that's where it gets a bit too far-fetched for me. But this one was actually quite cool. So this is The Mandalorian Season 2 theory reveals a shocking Ahsoka twist. Ahsoka's role in the show will be one of a conflicted mentor. Much like Yoda before her, she'll sense the good and evil in the child. If there is both a Jedi and Sith presence within Baby Yoda, Ahsoka may have to sacrifice herself in order for the child to dedicate himself to the light side of the Force. This may mean in a conflict with Moff Gideon, she could actually die. It sounds preposterous at first. After all the build-up for Ahsoka's first live-action appearance, she could just get killed off. But this is Star Wars, nobody's ever really gone. Ahsoka could appear as a Force ghost or in flashbacks as Baby Yoda recalls the training he probably received from Ahsoka once Mando tracks her down. This would not only provide stakes and motivation for Baby Yoda, just as the death of Obi-Wan spurred on Luke Skywalker, but it would provide closure to Ahsoka's journey as well. She wasn't able to save Anakin from the dark side, but Baby Yoda represents a second chance to nudge a powerful Force user onto the right path. That said, there is some evidence against the theory. Aside from the fact that killing off Ahsoka would prove to be quite the anti-climax for fans, Dave Filoni previously stated that just because Rey hears Ahsoka's voice mixed in with a bunch of dead Jedi, it doesn't necessarily mean she's dead. She could still be, but that segment of Rise of Skywalker isn't enough to write off future appearances. It's difficult to believe Dave Filoni would kill off his most beloved creation after finally bringing her into the live-action fold, but perhaps a non-fatal sacrifice would have the same effect on the story as well. Personally, I don't buy into this theory whatsoever. I think Ahsoka will help them to discover the child's original species and his home planet, and I think it will be through her connection to Sabine Wren and also her old connection to Yoda. My prediction is that she will play a very small role in season 2, but it will be a cameo that will get fans really excited as well. I don't know about you guys, but I really hope they don't mess her up in live action form, because I've seen a lot of the fan art and a lot of the concept art for how Ahsoka would look in live action form, and I'm not really impressed. So fingers crossed they actually do it right. So now it's time to talk about Sasha Banks. So this is an article from CBR and it states, The Mandalorian, Sasha Banks' casting came from a YouTube video, not from her WWE work. WWE superstar Sasha Banks surprised fans of wrestling and Star Wars alike when she showed up briefly in the trailer for season 2 of The Mandalorian. Perhaps even more surprising though, it isn't the boss's professional wrestling work that led to the role in the series. She said, and if I can give a little something cool, that's how I get noticed for Star Wars. She said this on The New Day Feel the Power in reference to her appearance on YouTube's Hot Ones, a show in which celebrities are asked burning questions while eating hot wings. She also recalled becoming teary-eyed upon being cast in The Mandalorian and even shed a few tears on the podcast. All I can really say about that is I really hope she does a good job playing whoever she's playing in season 2, and I have no doubt that she will. I'm really looking forward to finding out who her character is and also how she plays into the show. So that is all I have for you guys today. Really hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please give me a big fat like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time. I'm Star Wars Meg.